Hi, crafty friends. I'm Kara, one of the Granite State Stitchers, the other one being my granddaughter, Allie, and you can find me here on YouTube and on Instagram. If this is your first time visiting the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Please leave me a hello down in the comment section. I'd like to welcome you to the channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning into another video and taking the time out of your day. I appreciate you. So I'm coming at you today with just a short year-end WIP parade just to show you what I had going on for my quilting, knitting, and crocheting at year-end. Like most of you, I always seem to have a variety of multi-crafting projects going on throughout the year, and since I do show these to you from time to time, I just thought it would be nice just to do a quick wrap-up video to show you where I am with these projects heading into the new year. So we are very blessed to have so many talented people in our community, whether you cross-stitch and embroider, knit or crochet, quilt, sew, make bags, stamping and card making, scrapbooking, flower arrangement, whatever it is. Whatever it is that you do, we are all crafters and makers, and I love seeing what other people are doing just because it helps to inspire me. And believe me, I get awe-inspired sometimes about seeing what other people are working on. So, perfect example of this is the quilt that I'm working on. I actually saw this on someone else's channel. I did not even know it existed until I saw it on their channel. And that is a good segue into what is coming up next. So let's get started.
Okay, so this is my National Parks quilt top. This is a full-size bed that I have it draped on. And it came as a kit. So it came with this is a whole panel, a whole large panel. As you can see, these are just stamped on the fabric. But included with the kit was the trim. So it came with this fabric, which I love, just the different signs that are in the national parks. And then it came with this black trim fabric, again with the names of the parks and different motifs. And then I just stitched the solid black along the edge because this is what's going to be folded over for, the seam. So I was enabled, well, not enabled, I guess, but I saw this on Too Tall Stitches, and this was quite a while ago, maybe at least a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. Carol had stitched this, and of course she had it all finished, and it kind of just like registered. I just kept it registered in the back of my mind because I knew that my daughter's goal and my son-in-law one day would be to visit every national park. So I thought, oh, that'll be nice. Maybe someday I'll do this for them. And then, of course, they ended up getting married in Glacier. There's Glacier right there. So I remembered that I had seen this on their channel, and I went back and looked at it and found the kit online and ordered it. Now, it does not come with a backing, so let me show you what I have done so far for the backing. Okay, so this is my backing. I went online and found another panel, and of course this is the whole United States and designates where the national parks are in each state. And of course they have the individual blocks going around. And this is actually a Riley Blake pattern. It came out, it's called her National Park series, and I believe it came out in either 2019 or 2020. And from what I understand, it was pretty popular. So I did have some of the border fabric left. So I added borders to the side of this. And then I took some of her companion fabrics. Now she has this diamond shaped fabric, and then she has this orange and brown fabric, and look, they're little ears of corn. So I did a checkerboard pattern along the top of this, and I was going to repeat the same pattern on the bottom, but I don't like it. After getting it all stitched and put together, I don't like it. And I think it's because those are 6-inch squares that I used, and I think they're too large. So I think I need to cut those down to 3-inch and maybe create more of a mosaic border all the way around. And I did get 2 more fabrics to kind of break up the orange and the brown, because you can see there are teals and blues in here. So I did get these 2 fabrics. This is really pretty. This is called Raindrops. And then I don't know what this one's called, but these are Riley Blake too. And I can use one of these kind of mixing in with the orange and the brown to bring out more of the color. And like I said, just cut these squares down to size and do a tile pattern. So I'm going to experiment with that. And if not, then I think that maybe I'll just scrap this whole idea of doing another panel on the back and just do a solid back, and I would do the orange with the corn. Just do a whole solid orange backing. And of course, this black is going to come over as the binding. And maybe that will look good. My daughter's favorite color is orange, and she lives in Nebraska, which is the Cornhusker state. So maybe I'll just revert to that, just do a solid back with that orange color. So anyway, let me know your ideas. I did go online to see what other people had done for backings, and there were many, many different variations of the backings. There was one person who actually took the original kit, ordered a second one, and then cut all these out individually and created a backing out of these, you know, and putting the sashing in between all of them. So that was interesting. I don't know. And then there were other people that just use solids. But let me know your thoughts, because right now I am totally up in the air. I have no idea what I want to do, and I am open for suggestions. So give me your thoughts. Put them down in the comments below. And like I said, we'll go from there, because I have no idea right now at this moment what direction this is going to go in.
So that quilt I started at a retreat back in November. It's called Quilting in New England, and it's put on by Joy Worcester, and her company is Joyful Stitching, and she does have an online shop. So I will link that below, because you definitely want to check it out, and also sign up for her newsletter if you are into quilting. She does post when the registrations begin for her retreats, and she usually has 6 a year. So 2 in the spring, in later part of May, 2 in September, and then 2 in November. And her retreats are wonderful. They're very low key, laid back. Everything is on one floor. So There's a huge sewing room. And then she has her, she brings her whole shop with you. So she has a store there. So we can spend money and buy all the good things that we need, right? But it's great. You know, the meals are catered. They're right there. You don't even have to leave the building. You can stay in your pajamas for whether you sign up for a 3 or 4 day retreat or the whole week. You know, you can stay in your pajamas and slippers the whole time if you want. It's great. And you don't have to live in New England to come to this. It's usually held in New Hampshire. She did used to have the fall and winter retreats in Vermont, but now everything is mainly in New Hampshire. But we've had people from Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey. One of our instructors even came up from Florida one year. So she offers a variety. You can either just do open sew or she will have classes, and it's great. So just something to consider. And like I said, I will put her link down in the description box. So now on to knitting.
So this is the pattern of the cardigan that I am knitting for Allie. I just downloaded it from an Etsy shop, I think. The pattern name is just called School Classics. If you would like information as to where I found it, you know, leave me a comment and I'll be happy to look that up for you. But I think I just Googled girls cardigan sweaters. So this was the one that Allie chose, and it has this beautiful vine pattern going up the front and eyelets across the shoulders where the shoulders go in. So here are the two front panels on my sweater, and zoom in a little bit more. They're really pretty, and I'm usually using this, I don't know if you can see the sparkle, this sparkle, oh there we go. There's sparkles in the yarn. And here's that eyelet trim going up to where it will connect with the shoulders. So those are the two front panels. And then the back, one big large piece with the ribbing at the bottom. And then the sleeves. And again, the sleeves have that same eyelet pattern going up and all the way down. So here's the first sleeve. I'm currently working on the second sleeve. And then the last thing I have left to do before I stitch everything together is, this is separate. See where the garter stitch goes up both sides of the front panels here? And you have the buttons on one side and the buttonholes on the other side. I find this interesting that these 2-inch strips are stitched by themselves, knitted by themselves. It would have been easier, I think, just to add the 2 inches onto the front panels as you were knitting the front panels. So I don't understand why those are separate, but if I were to do this again, I would definitely just add these to the front panels, stitch these, the 2 inches in the garter stitch, and then go into the pattern. So I am hoping to get this done this week. I'm so close. Like I said, I just need to finish that sleeve, and then, you know, the two front 2-inch garter stitch tabs will be simple. Those will go quickly, and then just stitch everything together, block everything out, stitch it together, and sew on the buttons. Allie's birthday is next week, and she's having a party next Saturday, so I would really love to get this finished and sent out in the mail to her so that she can have it for her birthday. So this is knitting WIP number 1. And here is my second knitting WIP. I am stitching these Christmas stockings for my daughter's family. So we have a dog, we have a moose, we have a snowman, and we have a bear. And these are by Annie's Woolens. And I did get these online. So here is the dog. This one is all finished except for putting the name across here and crocheting the hook that's going to be used for the tab to hang it. And I've actually already closed up the toe and the heel on this one, so this one is finished, except for blocking and, like I said, putting the name and the hanger. And here is the moose. This one is for Josh. So again, I need to crochet the hanging portion there, put his name here. This needs to get blocked. And then his toe I have not sewn yet. So I need to finish up the toe on this one. And then Allie wanted a snowman. So here is the snowman. Again, need to crochet the hanging loop, put Allie's name there. Her heel is done, but I need to close up her toe. And then here's my daughter's. As you can see, they're knitted in rounds. You start from the top and work your way down. And hers is going to be the bear. So I'm just starting to get into, I think, the bear. Actually, nope, I'm still working on some of these little motifs. So I've had people ask me about my loop method, because obviously I'm stitching with multiple colors, and I personally do not like having long loops hanging down inside my work. It drives me crazy, especially if they ever want to use these. Not that they could use them for regular stockings, but you know, they might want to just put like a little surprise gift inside them. So when I am knitting, all right, so right now the green thread is the main color. So I will knit along with the green, and this secondary color I leave looped on my finger. So as I'm knitting the green, and then I can quickly bring up this color when I need to add this color, and then I go back to the green. And as you can see, my loops are pretty close in nature. The longest I go is 2 stitches. And then even if I don't need that color, I will loop it in, even though it won't come through on this side if it's not being used. But that's how I carry it. Like I said, I don't like having these long loops inside. So that's my daughter's stocking. That is still a work in progress. And then I need to do one more dog because they have 2 dogs. Now, again, big procrastinator. My daughter is currently deployed. She left on December 2nd. So they are not celebrating Christmas until she gets back in either March or April. So I'm like, oh, good. I have another couple months to stitch on these. But really, I need to get these done, not wait till the last minute, especially since tax season. I'm going right into tax season. So this is my second knitting WIP. And when I finish all these, I'll probably still start another set of stockings for my son and daughter-in-law. And they have a dog and a cat. They actually have a cat stocking too, so I'll do that. My son is going to be a drummer, and I'm going to do an angel for my daughter-in-law. So those are my Christmas stockings.
I'm sorry I did not share the yarn I was using for my knitting projects. So for Allie's sweater, it's just Karen Simply Soft, and the color is Silver Sparkle, and it is a 4 weight. And I just got this at Joann's. Very pretty, and with the sparkle that my daughter wants me to make her a sweater with. The yarn for the Christmas stockings is a wool yarn from Maine, and I got this directly from their store. Cranberry. The green is called Spruce Heather. And I'm sorry, I know it's probably getting washed out because I have my overhead light on, but it's dark, and I don't want to have another dark video. If you saw one of my WIP parades, you know what I'm talking about, my previous ones. And this is called Sheep Gray. So the three of those together are so good. Love them. Okay, so now on to my final WIP, which is my crochet project.
Okay, and my final WIP is my crochet WIP, and this is the Inishman Poncho by Bonnie Barker, and she has a YouTube channel, Bonnie Bay Crochet, and let me tell you something, if you like to crochet, you need to watch her channel. Her patterns are amazing. So just to zoom in on this one, I mean, look at this. Look at all the weaving. There's going to be, oh, I can't wait to do this, all the cable stitches. So I am actually right here on the beginning row. This is all after. That's all stitched afterwards. So here I am, this beginning row, this beginning 2 rows of cables right here. So this is what I have done, and this really hasn't seen a lot of love. I think I was confused by where to go next, following the pattern directions. I will admit it's not an easy pattern to follow. I mean, obviously this is quite some specialty stitches in here. So I just need to be able to do this when I am concentrating, and go back and read the directions again. But I love the wool that this is being stitched with. Look at this. Baracco Vintage, but it is so soft. It is so soft. And what weight is it? It is... So there are the, it's a 4, but so soft, so soft. And yeah, I can't wait to get back to work on this. I need to finish the Christmas stockings first, obviously. And then as a companion piece to this, I would love to find a pattern for an Irish cardigan that I will stitch for my son, that I will crochet for my son to go along with this, and then I can give these both to them at the same time. So we'll see. But I definitely need to get back to work on that, and hopefully the next time you see it, I will have a lot more accomplished. So that is my crochet WIP for the year-end 2024.
That cape will be so beautiful once it's finished. I just really need to take the time to sit down and digest the instructions, so I can understand what it is that I'm crocheting. So plans for 2025. Number 1, finish Allie's sweater. Her birthday is next week, and she's going to be turning 10. And she's having a birthday party next Saturday, so I think I really want to try to get that finished up this weekend and get that in the mail next week so that she has it for her birthday. Number 2 is finish up the Christmas stockings. You know, I am the queen of procrastination. My daughter was deployed December 2nd. Now, she had quite a busy last part of the year. If you follow me, you know that she got married in September. Her reception was in October. She had to spend 3 weeks at SEER training in November, which is survival training. She had to go up to Washington State for that. And then she was deployed December 2nd. And she's expected to be in the Middle East probably until March or April. So they will celebrate Christmas when she gets back. Of course, Allie got to open her presents, the majority of them, but I think that she did keep a couple under the tree. So I need to get those finished up before she gets back, and sooner rather than later, because I am heading into tax season. So as soon as I finish Allie's sweater, I need to finish those up. And it only takes me a day to do one stocking. So I need to finish the bear for my daughter and then do the final dog stocking. Number 3, make a decision on what to do for the backing of that quilt. Right now, it's up in the air. I would like to get it done sooner rather than later, but this will probably be heading back with me to the spring retreat in May, because I really don't have any time to work on it right now. But I would be interested in hearing what your suggestions are for the backing. Please leave them in the comment section below. Like I said, I'm leaning either towards doing the tile borders around that center panel, or just scrapping the whole center panel and just doing the solid orange backing. And I'm fine with either one. I guess it's going to be whichever strikes my fancy, but please, I would be curious to know what your suggestions are, especially since I have no plans for it right now. Number 4 is I will need to start a new knitting project. During tax season, I like to have my knitting bag right on the floor next to me, so that when I am feeling tired or my brain needs a rest or my eyes need a break from staring at a computer screen, I can just reach down, pull my project up, and just sit there for half an hour, just giving myself a chance to relax, give myself a break. Because when I'm knitting, unless it's something intense, a specific pattern that I'm following, you know, like the stocking, I can just knit and not have to think about it. So I do have a niece who is expecting a baby either at the end of May or early June. So I think I'll just pull out a little baby pattern, a layette or something, and get to work on that. They aren't finding out what the sex is, so I'll have to use a white or a yellow or a green, you know, something that can be used for both sexes. I do have maybe 4, 5, or 6 quilt kits on the back burner in the works. I belonged to a couple block of the month clubs, so I do have those that I can work on. I do have another quilt that I want to do as a wall hanging for a friend of mine. And I do have a sweater that I did finish for my daughter. I believe it's in a bag in my closet, and all it needs is to be blocked and then stitched together. So I don't know why I haven't done that yet. But so I do have some other projects that I can either start or, in the case of that sweater, finish up. So that's it. Thank you for watching. If you are a crafter or a maker, please let me know in the comment section below and let me know what it is that you like to do. And if you have a YouTube channel, please let me know about that too, so that I can hop on over and see what it is that you're up to. We all get inspired by each other. And I love watching what other people are doing. It helps me bide my time and helps give me good ideas. So anyway, that's it for now. Craft what makes you happy and take care. Bye-bye.